Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's deck profile for the LCS number 2, which is the Luxury Championship Series. I have with me today Alex Bergeron. He did amazing, first of all. Like, he went 8-0 in Swiss and then made it in top 16 and lost to, like, the champion, the person who won the entire event. But overall, I wanted to give you guys, his thoughts on like the deck, the theory behind like his card choices and insights that he has for us going forward. As we're also getting eternity code pretty soon. And without further ado, we have Alex here. What's up, Alex? How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. It was a really fun weekend.
That's awesome.
LCS went super smooth,
Yep.
and I just had a really good tournament in general.
That's awesome. Okay, how about we start off with shoutouts first, just so that people can like just get that right off the bat.
Yeah. Shout out to my team, Team Daily Grind.
Awesome.
Jerry Han does a great job
Yep.
of supporting his players. And we've got some killers like Ruben,
Yep.
Fetty,
Nice.
Nick Petzold, who also topped the event this weekend. Ruben almost topped. He went X2 and got like
Yeah.
34th. He was one of the two.
I know. He actually beat
Uh,
me. He beat me in the bubble, round 8. So
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember him telling me that. Yeah,
yeah, it was
that's
so
it was
unfortunate.
he was sick.
Yeah, he was so sick. He like
And then
bricked.
shout out yeah. And then shout out to Take Notes,
Yep.
best group chat in the game.
Of course.
Cam, of
Yep.
course, for winning the event.
Hmm.
I was glad he won. I wouldn't have rather lost to anyone else in that bracket other than him.
Right. That's awesome.
And Hani and Team Luxury and Nick and them, they ran a great tournament,
Yep.
and I just can't wait till next month.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, guys, stay tuned for the next LCS that's gonna happen. I think in May 23rd, 24th. Hani just put out the date recently, so definitely stay tuned for you guys. I hope you guys, I hope to see you guys in that tournament. But without further ado, we're gonna go into the deck profile. So starting off with the Adamancipators.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the Adamancipator deck. You
Yep.
want to max out on these cards. These
Right.
cards are actually insane.
Yep.
There was just so many games going second that I didn't even need to see any of my like going second options that you'll
Yep.
see like at the bottom of the profile.
Right.
Because if you just draw like Adamancipator, like Analyzer and Researcher or
Yeah.
Analyzer and Seeker
Yep.
going second, you
Yep.
can just play through so much stuff because you play the Nightmare engine.
Yeah.
So like it's just really easy to just break through boards. And then I've got the standard Block Dragon. I saw a lot of people I actually played
More than
Justin
one, right?
Pugh. Yeah, I only play one Block Dragon, but a
Yep.
lot of people were playing three this weekend.
Yep.
Like Herman Hansen was playing three. Justin Pugh, who got second, I played him round 7.
Yep.
Uh, and he was playing three Block Dragon. And I see why you would play it, because you're able to. It also does help you play through things,
Yep.
but you want to like max out on your engine hitting
Yep.
after you get to your engine. So
Right.
that's why I only played one,
Yep.
and I felt like you could. There's so many ways to get to it out of your deck turn one,
Yeah.
to where like if as long as you can play through things, you're usually just gonna make a board that they can't break.
Right. Yeah, because I saw right here, you like we'll go into the extra deck, but you have like essentially I think two ways in the extra deck to like just get to like that block dragon right now, which is like insane. Because once block dragon resolve, it's like it's like +3. We'll keep playing. It's like over. So
Yeah, the monsters like we did like if you play it properly, the
yep.
monster's literally a +10 at one point in time because you're adding three. You can add three twice and resummon it up to like at least three times a turn.
Yeah.
So it just gets absurd at that point.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Uh,
The Go Go's, man. So how did these
all
perform for
right.
you?
Okay, so these were in and out of my deck list, like, because I picked up the deck like earlier this week. I've been learning it through my roommate Aaron McKennis. Like, huge shout out to him.
Yep.
Kamal and Ruben, they all like really helped me learn the deck a lot, and Scott Page as well.
Yep.
It's I cut the cards completely right before like I had a turn in my deck list, and then I talked to Kamal, and we were like, okay, like there's really nothing else that like that wouldn't conflict with like I couldn't play Shade Brigadine because I
Yep.
played Impermanence.
Right.
And so we had to play another engine that could start us and get us to Granite, and
Yep.
the pair of cards just did that enough.
Right.
And they let you help. They didn't block your access to Adamancipator targets as well, because you just get more of them.
Right. Right.
But that being said, I only wanted to play two gloves
Yep.
and two Gigas
Yep.
because they are bricks in your
Yep.
hand.
Yeah.
Giant, you can like if you get into a grind game with the trap deck, Giant becomes really, really good.
Yep.
And then you do play the one brick. I drew it in top 16. It bricked my hand horribly,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't cut it for the other one.
Gotcha. So like you think that 2-2-1-1 was like a good enough ratio for you, like just to have like rock monsters to hit?
Exactly, yeah. And
Okay.
I was debating between a third gloves
Yep.
or the second guardian for
Okay.
a while, and I
Yep.
just thought like hitting the guardian off my first or second Adamancipator just
Yep.
helps me play through like pretty much anything they have in their hand.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. Triple Doki Doki. I mean, this card is like absolutely insane, isn't it? If
Yeah,
it
it's the
resolves.
worst. It is the worst normal summon in the deck, but it is
Yeah.
the best thing to hit off an early Adamancipator because you
Right.
pretty much then mold whatever you want between with what you drew in your hand
Right.
and what you like need on your field or grave, right? Like it
Yep.
can give you you can pitch the gloves or the gigas in your hand and
Yep.
either get to a negate or an
Hmm.
extra summon by summoning by the other card that
Yeah.
you pitched.
It's also a level 2, which comes, I guess, in handy when like you need to make Herald before you go for that like
Yeah.
extra hit off like the second Adamancipator, for example. No,
There
like
were
yeah.
also a lot of times where I was pitching Seeker,
Yep.
uh, because you can't summon that card early from
Yep.
your like with its special summon effect.
Right.
So then you can get just summon another Seeker.
Yep.
Use that effect so you get to it early on because all you really need Seeker for later is to make your level 8 synchro with your Raptite.
Right.
So I still was able to add it with the Block Dragon when I eventually was able to play, and then resummon Seeker from my hand because I hadn't used that effect, and it was a free resource. It got a lot of opponents off guard a few times. Like they thought they say were
Oh.
safe from Seeker,
Yep.
but I was still able to use it after I added it with Block Dragon again later.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no, because the thing is with blockchain, it just adds you back those like Adamancipator, so you're just gonna use them either way. Like, there's no way you're not gonna resolve those cards after.
Exactly.
So 100%. So you have the two Kokimiru Guardian. I think some people cut this off their list and they played it without the Guardian. So like, why? Like, how did Guardian do like for you this tournament? Was it
So
as
in
insane?
testing,
Yep.
it was really good this weekend. Like
Yep.
anytime it touched the board when I was mid comboing, you just feel safe. Like you don't have to worry about Nibiru, Ash a lot of the time. Like
Yep.
because most of the time they only draw one of them.
Yep.
Like that, just the percentage of them drawing both is
It's
just like low in itself.
yeah, it
So
is. Yep.
so like you want to be able to like play through whatever you can.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to add, because as you can see, I play 11, I think, targets for my analyzers, Adamancipators to
Yep.
hit, just themselves.
Yep.
And so I really wanted to add the 11th, and so the second Quackimera was probably just the best card that I could
Okay.
add, in my opinion.
Okay. So weird
Because also
question.
there are times.
Yep. Sorry. Keep going first. Keep going. There are times
Oh
what?
yeah, no, there are just times like where Doki Doki, like you want to summon it as early as you can, and if you
Yep.
draw it, then like you want to have access to your other one.
Right. So I guess my weird question is like, did you guys like do the math on this? Like, is 11 like the right number of like rock monsters that are like non-tuners to like play to like hit off like these
So
Adamancimators? Yep.
in theory, yes. For a standard 40 card deck, I am a bozo and then just like punted the math last minute
Yeah.
and added my 41st card when I decided to main the Buster equip
Ah.
card.
Okay. Gotcha. Just to play through like I'm assuming Dark Ruler, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that card's literally MVP of the weekend.
Okay.
I like leaned on it really hard.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll go next into like the drag day. I mean, this
Yeah,
card is standard. I'm assuming, right? You have
yeah,
to play
this
this.
card, I think you have to play it,
Yep.
because you can stack it on the top with signs if you draw it, or just hit it on its own. But
Yep.
also, it's really good in the fact that it's grave effect when you get into a grind game, because like a lot of times I like turbo in to my Dragite
Yep.
when I'm going into back row boards. They
Right.
get rid of it, and then I just try to get to the water monster. I did
Yep.
learn that like kind of halfway through the tournament that I could do that.
Yeah.
And so like it was actually just like really insane
Yeah.
overall for the weekend. And the draw one like comes up. Like you sometimes like there are a lot of good draws in this
Yeah.
deck.
Oh no,
Like
no, yeah, I can imagine. Especially, I guess like when you let's say you're going first and it's like game two, like it helps you see your side too potentially, like that one draw.
exactly.
So yeah, 100%.
And then the next four cards.
These cards I have not seen yet. I know the Madoche was a tech that people were putting in the Adamancipator deck, but Dynam Therium. Okay, so
Yes,
explain to me
so
this
take
card.
kind of like a throwback to Infernity format.
Okay.
You wanted to get to your one rank 4 to start your engine, right? Like
Yep.
that was Lavalval Chain back then.
Right.
And now it's Gallic Granite for this deck.
Right.
There was a point in time where we were just like trying to figure out like as many ways we can get the level 4s, and
Yep.
then shout out to Aaron again.
Yep.
He worked up a list, and then he was playing this card and tested it, and he was just like, it's just insane.
Hmm.
There was like, it put me in an awkward spot one time, the tournament. I was playing the mirror, and I summoned it, and he got to resummon back his Herald.
Oh,
So
no
like,
way.
yeah, so like I had to play. I ended up winning that game. I think it was against Tristan
In Swiss,
Pugh.
right? Yeah.
Uh, he uh he like summoned that back, so I had to like go battle phase, and not I had to out like two things now instead of the Herald. But it actually just comes up turn one because you can summon it whenever.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter. There doesn't have to be anything in your grave.
Right.
Nothing really. You can only
Yep.
summon it once. So like it's kind of just worth. It's a free summon. It also like in weird spots where you don't get to O-Lion, it makes Raptite live, which is really good in the Eldritch match, I feel like.
Oh yeah, no, Raptor's insane. Like especially like the DD
Um,
Crow effect is nuts.
yeah, like they try to like pitch and pop, and then if they don't pop the Raptite, you can just use that effect later when you like try to like, waste more resources,
Yep.
or if they pop your Raptite, then you just go one for two on them, pretty much.
Right. I mean, what are your
Uh,
thoughts on the I know there's also a 10 Yi, the level 4 10 Yi that also special summons from the hand as well, and it's also a
yeah.
wind.
So I think it's a water actually, right?
Oh,
Or one of them.
there's like
There's
there's
a wind
water,
one for that.
there's a wind, water, fire. There's like a bunch. There's a bunch, but they're all level 4. It's like wind, water,
Yeah.
fire. I think.
When I was thinking, I was thinking about playing the water one because it is a level 4
Yep.
as well as like all the other ones.
Yep.
But I just wanted another rock monster if I was gonna add a card.
Right.
And so that way I wasn't like making my deck more proneable to missing off
Right.
my monsters. Because I
Gotcha.
didn't really miss that much throughout the tournament. I think I could name like 3 times I missed, and that's
Okay.
probably it.
Gotcha. And then you have like the Madoche Pedincisor. So
Yeah, that card is nice. It's just really good. It doesn't conflict with my hand, like going second cards at all if I do
mhm.
draw imperm. So that's why, like, because I didn't main any like Ash or any other hand traps like some of other lists were. Like, I know some lists were playing like DD Crow and stuff like that.
Yep.
So this was just a good starter, get me to a level 4. It's also an Earth, so it doesn't like it lets me get to my engine faster.
Gotcha. The one of Gigantus. I think I've seen lists plays it at 3. Some people play it at 1. Like, what are your thoughts with Gigantus?
This was probably my big mistake this weekend.
Yep.
It was playing one of this card. I wanted to play two.
Yep.
Uh, I was testing two for a while because adding the second one does come up like a lot, and
Right.
like that free resource is really valuable,
Yeah.
especially when you're playing through things.
Yep.
And because the Buster Lock is probably going to be a lot more popular after this weekend,
Yeah.
its actual effect comes up if they like don't leave their monsters in defense.
Right. Yeah, no, that's something I learned in like the Eldritch when I'm playing Eldritch, and like I would summon my monsters in defense now so they don't crash Gigantus and pop my back row, so to speak.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
effect
oh,
is crazy.
it's crazy. It comes up a lot. Okay, and then the Jet Synchron. I'm assuming this is for what
Yeah, the
Ordon play.
Aurora. Yeah, so I learned like 2 days before the event that like if you can just get to needle fiber, you can at least make 2 negates.
Yeah, that's
If you like,
busted.
so and like one of your negates is literally a macrocosmo for effects from their hand or sent from their deck. So
Yep.
it's just kind of just there for like a safety net.
Hmm.
It didn't come up into the tournament until this morning. I didn't summon it all day one, but then rounds 7 and 8, it was like really important to me winning the mirror match,
Right.
both those rounds.
Right. Gotcha. And then the O line.
And then so yeah, O-line just goes with the Jet Synchron.
Yep.
It comes up a lot. It's a wind. It gives you another resource. There was a game I opened O-line, so then I went Needle Fiber. Went Jet Synchron, and then just pitching the O-Lion, summoning back Jet Synchron was my Union carrier, so I didn't have to like worry about like having resources for it through my
Oh.
Earth engine. I just already had it because I
Right.
opened the O-Lion.
Yep.
So
And
it's
then
just a free Union carrier pretty much when you open O-Lion.
right. And then right here you have the Buster Lock. The Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. So you said
MVP.
MVP. I thought it was a mistake, but okay, you're saying it's an MVP, right? So why
No,
was it
yeah.
MVP?
So the mistake was that I bumped my deck up to 41. I should have
Okay.
probably found a card to cut,
Yep.
and would have kept the math consistent.
Yep.
But Adding this card was the saving grace of my weekend.
Yeah.
Every mirror match I played, main deck Dark Ruler, and
Yep.
they couldn't play around it. I played Rocket round one. There were like 10 Rocket decks. I played it round one,
Yep.
and I did that combo game one, and it just like you leave like because your board is still like good even if you go for it against the trap deck because a lot of them are playing the invoked engine anyway, and like
Right.
that's how they're able to like kill you through things.
Yep.
Um, so like you have the Savage Negate, you have Appaloosa. There are a lot of times you have Dweller and IP as well. Like most of the times you have one or the other, but like majority, like there are some times where you can have both.
Yep.
And you just want that resource to be able to play through Dark Ruler, knowing it was like the most popular card going into your deck. And
Yep.
also going second, I leave this card in, going second in the mirror, because you're able to like break through their board, especially if they leave Block Dragon up on the board. Then like
Mhm.
you can shuffle that back with Unicorn and just equip the if you get to carrier after you like attack through the rest of their board
Yeah.
because you're baiting Appaloosa, you're gonna get it low, and so like you're just really trying to worry through like a Savage, and you can serve that away. So like
Yeah.
if you just leave Buster on that, then they can't play back, and then they pass back, and then you kill them.
No, yeah, that's actually insane. Yeah. Now that actually makes a lot of sense. It didn't break you at all. Like you didn't draw this card like it was your job.
I drew it like twice, and I was just like, all right, I just won't discard it.
Okay.
So like because like Union Carrier goes from hand as well, so it doesn't
Okay.
really matter.
Okay. Nice. The signs. This card is godly, man. This card is like Monster Reborn stack. It's like Monster Reborn
Oh my
and the
god.
Spiral card. What's that
Yeah,
card?
there were
It's insane.
Adamancipator signs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best card in the deck. You literally get to cheat and draw a card and
Yeah.
like resolve them, get more resources. Like it's insane. You get to stack your deck. So like any effect that doesn't do that is just
Yeah.
insane, and it's not once per turn.
Yeah.
Best card in the deck easily.
Right. Uh,
And then I played 3 Dark Ruler,
right.
and I like this card. It was really good just all around. It
Okay.
was just like good in the invoke in any deck that had invoke cards in it,
Yep.
any mirror match, any combo deck.
Mhm.
And those were the decks that you really struggle with because like most boards you can't play through, and like this just makes it easy win button.
Gotcha.
And then I played 2 para. I played no pickup.
Yep.
Um, I didn't want to brick on just a bunch of onomatopoeia cards because like
Right.
again that is just like committing your normal summon to this engine pretty much.
Yeah.
So you just have to like I just wanted to like see it when I saw it. Like
Yep.
in theory I could have probably like cut one of them and like kept my deck 40.
Yeah.
But I just didn't I was like okay, well, if the cards are in my deck, like I want to
Yep.
see them a little bit more than just one of. So I put
Yeah.
2 in.
And then the 3 impermanence. So how did this perform for you? Because this card is like isn't as good against the Eldritch deck, but I can assume it's like probably amazing against invoked Eldritch.
Exactly. So like
Yep.
I just assumed that more people would play the invoked Eldritch than the normal Eldritch because I
Right.
thought that version was better.
Yep.
And so like I just thought like other people thought that version was better too. You know, I wasn't even playing the deck, so like I
Yeah.
don't know. I thought that I thought just like this card was just all around really good. Like they can't play around it if like some crazy rock deck played Call by the Grave.
Yeah.
It can't get Guardian, which was like what most people were playing. I know Tristan, I think, was playing the trap one
Yeah.
in his deck. I saw that in the finals. That was
Yeah.
kind of wild.
Yeah.
But like I thought this card was just all around really good because like you can hit the Alistair and like potentially just brick them.
Did
Unlike if
yeah.
unless you're Cam, then you have knowledge and then you just draw 2 and then it just gets crazy.
Yeah. Nah,
Um,
yeah, no, that's exactly it. No, that's what I think. That's why I didn't actually play the invoked variant because literally, if you get hand trapped on the Alistair, it's literally like you pass with vanilla and maybe some traps. Like enjoy. It's
yeah,
so
and in
bad.
top 32 I played Shadal and this
Yeah.
card was insane.
Oh God.
Um,
Bye bye window. Uh.
yeah, it was nice. And I also won the die roll in that matchup. I'm not gonna the RPS, so it was nice.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so
Um,
extra deck.
Yeah, let's do the extra deck. So just pretty standard for the most part. You
Yep.
played 2 level 8s. You played 2 of the Adamancipators, the wind and the water.
Yep.
That was really like all the decks really needs. Like the fire only comes up if your build's really specific to it, so
Yep.
I just didn't need it.
Okay.
Boros Savage is really good. It's main part of my combo with Buster. Herald
Mhm.
is really good. It helps you play through Nibiru.
Mhm.
I only played 2 rank 4s. I know some people are playing Tornado Dragon.
Yep.
I just thought Dweller was enough, and just it's the best generic rank
Yeah.
4 literally ever printed. So it hits pretty much every deck that I was gonna think I was gonna play. So
Right.
and I think it was like almost every deck majorly represented up until like you get to like the tiny percentage.
Yeah.
And then Gallant, it's the best card
Yeah.
that you
This
could
card's
make to
nuts.
get your starter.
Yep.
Um, there was like one time in the mirror, I like purposely like didn't like go into like a super ignorant board because it was super susceptible if he had any hand traps.
Yeah.
But I left this up and then went for a Needle Fiber and then Auroradon play and just
Yep.
had Savage and Herald and then I set Imperm.
Okay.
And so I was like, I don't think his deck can play back into this. And then I was guaranteed to get my Block Dragon out because the only way I could get to a Researcher
Yep.
was adding it off the Granite or I couldn't start my engine.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Did the second effect ever come up for you? The grand effect where you special summon like a rock from your hand and face down defense?
No,
Okay. Yeah.
no.
I figured. Yeah.
You just want to get your to your power cards, which
Okay.
is like the top row of my deck.
Gotcha.
And
Appaloosa.
so the links I played, Appaloosa,
Yep.
probably the most surprising card. I didn't think this was that surprising, but
Yeah.
apparently it was. I played Boral Sword, and
Yes. I
'cause,
I
like,
thought this was surprising. I did not expect the Boral Sword. I'll be honest with you.
so like we can't like no deck I think in the format can outgrind the Eldritch deck.
Yeah.
You have like we had to kill them like as fast as we possibly could to have a chance
Yep.
against the deck.
Yep.
Because I do think that matchup is 50-50 like most of the time.
Yeah.
And so like you just wanted to like clear them as much as you can, and in the mirror too, like you can just steal games instantly with this card by just abusing Black Dragon in itself.
Oh yeah, Block Dragon Boral Sword is just like OTK.
It's just yeah, it just doesn't like you can ignorantly leave a Herald in defense for anything and then just do Block Dragon Boral Sword and it's super easy because we have Needle Fiber.
Of course.
Thank you. Finally we have this card.
Yep.
This card's insane.
All right.
It's a free 2 negates if you have nothing else, and then it facilitates whatever you need it to after that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely insane.
IP wasn't like the greatest card this weekend, but so like if I had probably in testing, I would consider like maybe finding another combo that could abuse another card in my extra deck.
Okay.
But I don't really know. It was like okay, because like most of the time you're just gonna win with Dweller Savage, Apo, or a Herald alone.
Like trying to resolve Block Dragon in your opponent's turn was just too greedy, right? In your opinion, or was it like?
In my opinion, yeah. There were a lot of the times I never left the block, like unless especially so like if I was going against a grindier deck, I would like leave Block Dragon up because I knew they like couldn't really make Unicorn a bunch of the time. But in the Rock Mirror, which I played like a lot of towards the later rounds of the tournament. Or like a combo deck, like you want to like not leave Block Dragon up at all because then they unicorn it away and then you're cut off if they out your board.
Right. Yeah, because you don't essentially have that quote unquote follow up, which is like so annoying. But okay. The Cerberus, the Nightmare package. So how did Cerb, Phoenix, and Unicorn do for you?
I mean, they are the best generic link monsters I think that have ever come out. Rip their brother Golem. Like they're just good. They help you play through boards, play around things. They help you chain Block Dragon, which comes up. You can get like it's like a staple for you to do. Like if you can chain Block Dragon and play around Ash, you do it every time.
That was like the thing with like the Danger Thunder Dragon deck too. Like the fact that those babies like chain block like Thunder cards and stuff. It was just like insane. And now you're just basically applying that same like principle in theory to like Block Dragon. Like like how do we chain block Dragon so that it doesn't get Ash?
Exactly. Like you want to protect the best card in your deck at all costs.
Right. And now we have Auroradon, whatever this card is called. This card is crazy, man.
So this card, I was really stuck between playing this and playing Link Spider.
Okay.
There's a lot of times that Link Spider does come up when you resolve Needle Fiber for O-Lion.
Yeah.
Because like if you're killing them, you sometimes need the effect monster to go into Apo or Boral Sword. To fully play through things. But I just thought that like if I get into like non-Rock Mirror matchups, like this is probably one of the best cards, and it actually just ended up being one of the best cards in the mirror instead. Like it really just puts them in a hard spot to where you don't have resources. I was able to like make a bad hand good just because of this card being in my extra deck and me playing Jet Synchron and O-Lion.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you get 2 free negates, man, like off any tuner and like a monster is absurd. Like absolutely absurd.
And with just Dragite being in your deck, like it's more than 2 negates because of the fact that like you can just start bouncing through your opponent's board.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's also a win, man. It makes Reptile even live. I'm like, yo, the synergies, it's just like beyond me. Yeah.
And then Union Carrier,
Yep.
Buster's best friend, just
Yeah.
set it, or getting a block dragon if you like really need to grind or like play through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. No, I imagine being able to play through like a scythe, right? Like it's just not happening. So
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if you like de-barrier my turn away, then yeah, it gets hard. But
yeah. Okay, so the side deck,
Scythe,
man. 3 Nibiru.
uh, 3 Nibiru. So I didn't want to main it because I thought the trap deck was going to be really represented, which it was. It was 50-50 rock,
Yep.
and like
Uh,
there were like, equal amounts of representation of both decks.
right.
There's like 60 rock and 55 formulations of Eldritch deck. So
Right.
like it ended up like not maining it ended up being correct.
Mhm.
And then I pretty much played the I don't want to lose to back row, the side deck pretty
Dude,
much
that's a
for the
lot of
rest
hate,
of
man.
this.
That's a lot of hate, man. I'm offended.
Yeah, like I just can't. I didn't want to get blown out to things that said I couldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh. So pretty
Right.
much you just like load the side deck with like ways
Right.
that you will be able to play through
Mhm.
like there can only be one, the skill drain, the summon limit, like
Yep.
anti-spell if your hand like is really reliant, which like really my deck doesn't rely on too many spells. So like if
Right.
the anti-spell me or ordered me, it
Yeah.
never really mattered.
Right. Well, Dark Ruler, I
Um,
guess. It could it's only that's the only thing that it ever comes
yeah,
up for,
like
yeah.
yeah, so like in the mirror maybe, but like even
Yep.
in the mirror, I like I'm trying to like stop them before that, and
Right.
then just hope to draw like a cosmic if I sided it in. I sometimes I did side reboot it in the mirror because
Okay.
I thought if some people respected imperm like I did, like
Yep.
I needed to have that maybe just for that too.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
then the last card in the side
Oh
is
man.
a pointer.
Dude, how was this card? How did this card do?
Uh, it was really clutch. I hit a sphere mode like round like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and I felt like really relieved because it was a Shadal deck. I played like 2 Shadal. I played one in Swiss and then one
Yeah.
in Top Cut,
Yep.
and then it's different people.
Okay.
And like one time I hit a sphere mode, and then like pretty much the other every time uh every other time I resolved it, like it
Right.
was like about 4 or 5 more times.
Yeah.
Um, it was just like an auto scoop button.
No, yeah. It was
They
just
didn't show me their hand, they just scooped.
yeah. No, exactly. Just because I mean like if you think about it, like you have a bunch of negates, you know exactly what to negate. You rip a card out of their hand, like you know, like no one's playing through that, man. Like it's just too
Right.
much. And then the one
Exactly.
reboot. So this is I'm assuming for the trap deck, but you said you sided in the mirror as well.
Yeah, just because like I wanted to put in at least like 1 to 2 cards for like if they did anti-spell me and I could sack it out,
Okay.
and like because like if they were gonna sack it out, I was gonna sack it out, so I put it in against that, and or if like I thought they were playing imperm
Okay.
or saw they were playing imperm.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, one last question before we go. No evenly match, man. Some people swear by that card. They're like, "Yo, evenly match or die."
Um, no, so like I think it was with Scott Page or when in like or the testing group when we were figuring it out, like
Yep.
it just wasn't that good because like you want to kill them.
Right.
Like that's why we played Boral Sword, and
Yep.
like giving up your battle phase was too valuable.
Right.
And
Okay.
so we just wanted to just thought like we could play spells that cleared the back row and did their job enough because they're never really setting like 5. Setting 5 is like not happening early, like too
Yeah.
much now,
Yep.
especially with the invoke cards in the deck.
Yeah.
So you just need to really play through a few.
Okay. That's awesome, man. Well, look, yo, Alex, thank you so much for taking the time to come, take this interview. I'm sure like everyone in the comments are like super excited to hear your thoughts process as well, especially because like as they saw like as you progress through like Swiss, like you were just killing everyone. I was like, yo, this guy's like on a roll. So yeah, amazing work today, and I hope to see you in more top cuts for sure. And yeah,
Thank
congratulations on
you.
top 16, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Alex. Peace.
Later.